IoT and space-based connectivity are revolutionizing how businesses monitor assets and optimize operations, turning physical environments into data-rich ecosystems. One team's global tech is helping make this transformation very possible. And joining me today is Ben Cade from Myriota. It's wonderful to have you with me. Can you give us an overview of the IoT, space-enabled connectivity and the current market landscape? Hit us.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for the opportunity. Great to have reached out. So ultimately, when we talk about Internet of Things, we mean a physical thing like this that's going to be out in the wild somewhere, that's connected to some sort of sensor, temperature, humidity, moisture, you name it. And Internet, which means connecting that thing to the physical world, where and then bringing that data back to a place that we can make better decisions. So that's really just what the Internet of Things is. But as we talk about satellite IoT, the challenge is most of the problems in the physical world are nowhere near population. And traditionally, we're all used to using a device like a cell phone, which works well where there's lots of people and there's a population base. The challenge is, as you're looking at sort of moisture levels, you're looking at early wildfire detections, all those sorts of challenges, you just are not going to have a cell tower. In fact, 85% of the Earth today has no terrestrial network connectivity. So to solve that, we obviously go to space. And over the last 20 years, the cost of getting to space has come down orders of magnitude, which means we can now effectively cover the world in a way that's much more scalable than ever before. So if you look at the market conditions, what you're seeing is the analysts themselves are talking about IoT connectivity in general. It's growing around 10 to 11% a year over the next 10 years. But satellite connectivity is actually going to be growing around 25 to 35%, so 2 to 3 times faster growth. And that's all driven by making something that works at the right cost point and bringing that out to solve problems that we now really are seeing in the real world.
Absolutely. Well, let's touch on that a little bit further. What are the major challenges that this technology is looking to help businesses overcome? What would you say the implementation is?
Yeah, so lots of things out there today. So things are very topical. So wildfire detection, how to actually detect something is going on early. We know that that's really vital. Or fresh water. So today, shockingly, in Australia, 60% of fresh water goes into our agricultural irrigation systems. But 70% of that water actually is believed to be lost through ineffective use. So if we can actually improve the outcomes there, we can help save farmers money, we can improve crop yields, and we can improve society outcomes at large. So the use cases are endless. You know, just the other day we had pollution out near Bondi Beach, and actually the ability to detect that and therefore locate it and shut it down just enables us to do and solve really important problems that, frankly, we've plagued with.
Yeah, it's incredibly empowering technology for society and communities alike. But how is Myriota's technology making these solutions possible on a global scale if we zoom the camera back a bit?
Yeah, well, it's a great question. So the challenge here is, you have a device and traditionally getting something to work in space is believed to be really, really hard. So we focus working with our partners to make devices that can come out of the box, be installed very, very simply by anybody, and to do exactly what it said on the can, if you like.
Yeah.
The second part of that is that device, when you walk away from it, it might have taken you a few hours to get to the location. It might have taken you a few days in some cases. So we need to run on a few AA batteries and keep working for years and years without you needing to ever go back to it.
Wow.
So if you solve that sort of adoption and use, which is a big challenge, the other part is you've actually got to make it affordable. Right? Satcom and satellite communications has been historically extremely expensive. And so what we've done with Myriota is taken the cost of the hardware all the way down to something that's very close to the kinds of prices you pay for a normal cellular system. At the same time, data plans traditionally would be like tens or even hundreds of dollars a month on satellite. And what we've done is make that a cost that's even less than $1 in many cases, or a few bucks. And that just means that the adoption barriers are gone and people can actually start deploying this sensing technology in a way that's much more affordable at the scales that we all need it to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Ben, it's great to hear that there's sort of this, the humanitarian side of it and defending people from bushfires, etc. But there's also the technological aspect of it that's very, very impressive. And again, that price point is wonderful to hear. What does the future look like for the IoT and space connectivity industry, do you think? We're in April of 2025. Where are we headed to from here?
I think it's a really interesting question. So, there's been, space-based comms isn't new, right? It's been there for
Yeah.
decades and decades. But Myriota, has entered this marketplace. We're already like number 5 in the world for satellite IoT. I think what you're going to see is those vendors that are focused on actually really solving those pain points and those problems, making it in a way that's affordable and adoptable, are going to start riding that wave of greater adoption. And those that are still stuck at trying to charge too much money for solutions that are maybe a little bit older, or those that have failed to find that product market fit, are going to sort of go either disappear or get consolidated in that market movement. So I see a lot of excitement here. I think the key bit, though, is space is hard. And so it's easy to talk about what you're going to do. What's much harder is to prove it to me that you actually solve that problem and it works in the real world. So I see a very exciting space, and we hope to obviously continue our progress there.
Ben, if there are people out there who do want to see this stuff in action, perhaps get in contact with you and the team, learn a little bit more and implement it within their own strategies, where's the best place to go to connect with someone from the team or perhaps speak to you and learn more?
Yeah, absolutely. Best place really is go straight to www.myriota.com, myriota.com. You can see what we're doing. We see how it applies to maybe industries that are relevant to you and problems that are relevant to you. And then absolutely reach out there. You'll find we're hopefully very easy to work with.
Ben, thanks again for jumping up on the program and speaking me through that so succinctly. It's always wonderful to learn something new about the space, so appreciate your time.
No, thanks very much. Great to talk.